Good morning, everyone. This is Tracy Frith here from Sherwood Park, Alberta, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm coming to you today to show another triple time stamping technique. So I shared on Monday kind of a bonus video, I guess, and I did a triple time, it's called triple time stamping technique. So we made this card on Monday. So it has, I guess, 6 layers of cardstock, and did that one. So I'm going to show a little bit different version today of this one. So today I'm going to do an offset triple time stamping technique. So the card we're going to make today is this one. So you can see it's sort of the same concept, but just a little bit different. I was hoping to be able to do this one with designer paper, but I could not figure out the measurements and how to make it work. So I'm going to keep working on that, and I might do another one using designer paper a little bit later on. Not today, but a little in a bit. So yeah, so for this card today, I am using, I'll go through my pieces here. So my base is Old Olive. And that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, standard card base. Then I have a piece of Pool Party, and the Pool Party I've already embossed with the Hive 3D embossing folder. So, like that. So I've done that already for you, just so that I didn't have to pull up my machine and do that on camera. All right. And then I have 3 pieces of Daffodil Delight. So the first one is 4 5/8 by 2 1/8. Then 3 1/8 by 2 5/8. And 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. All right, so that's those pieces. And then my white, I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 that's going to go inside the card. This strip is 4.5 by 2. And then I have a 3 by 2.5 and 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Now I've gone ahead on the 2 smaller white pieces. Again, I needed to get some temporary adhesive for them, so I've gone ahead and used my Tombow multi-liquid glue. And I did that last night, so I just put a couple of strips on the one edge, just on one edge of the 2 pieces of card, and let it dry overnight. So with the Tombow adhesive, if you do that and let it dry, it now becomes a temporary adhesive. And if you put it on and stick it onto your cardstock right away, it'll be permanent. Okay, so taking these pieces now, I'm going to build my focal point here. So I'm going to take my long narrow strip of white. That's going to be my bottom layer, and the second largest piece is going to go, I'm going to try and center it top to bottom, and then put it a little bit towards the left hand side. Okay, just get that stuck on there a little bit. And then this one, same thing, centered top to bottom. And it's going to come out, I want just a little bit hanging off the right hand edge here. There we go, I think that works. And then I'm going to bring in my scrap paper. You can see this is the one I used on Monday for the other card. All right. So now what I'm going to do, hello Mom. Now I'm going to bring in my blending brush, and I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight. No, I am not. I'm going to start with Pool Party. Pool Party. And I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. So I'm just going to flip it over. So I just want to do a little bit of blending here. That's right. So I just take my brush, rub it across my ink pad, and I'm going to put the Pool Party kind of on the top edges of all the pieces. Make sure it gets on all three. Oh, that looks good actually. I'm going to try and clean that off. And the next color I want to bring in is my Daffodil Delight. Give my brush a good clean here. All right, so I'm going to fill the center now with the daffodil. And it can overlap a little bit. And on my little square piece, I'm not going to go all the way over to the edge with the daffodil. I'm going to keep it kind of towards that left-hand side. All right, I'm going to clean that off again. And come in with my old olive for the bottom. I just want to remind everyone that June is last chance month for our January to July mini catalog. So if there was anything in there that you liked, now's the time to order. A lot of the items are while supplies last. And there are some good sales. There's a few things that are on up to 50% off. So you can find that list on my website if you wanted to look. It's tracyfrith.stampinup.net. I have it right here. And the host code here if you do decide you wanted to purchase anything. So you go to this website and click on the Shop Now button. I believe the last chance items will come up that you can see. And I think they usually take them off as they become not available anymore. So anything that's there is what you should be able to get to order. All right. Okay, now I'm going to come in. I'm using the Dragonfly Garden stamp set again. I've used this one a lot. It's one of my favorite ones. It's been current for a little while now, but I really like it. So I'm not going to actually use any of the larger dragonflies today, but I will use the flowers. And I thought the flowers were good for this card because they're kind of long and narrow. So they fill up the space really nicely. All right, so I did one, making sure the top of my flower is below the top of my cardstock here. So it will hang a little bit off the bottom. And I want to make sure that it did overlap a little bit on all three of the pieces. All right, so I'm going to stamp that down. And I like to just go over and make sure that I've got it pushing down a little bit just because I am stamping on layers. And you can see there's a little bit of an empty space here. Don't worry about it. It's actually going to be mostly covered up anyways. And then I'm just going to go in and do one more smaller bit with that flower. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to just get the very bottom of that smallest square with the flower, the top flower here. I'm done with that for the moment. I'm going to bring it back in a second here. I'm going to take my dragonfly, the little bunch of dragonflies here. I'm just going to pop that one in on near the top. So again, I want to try and get it on all three pieces, which is a little bit trickier for this piece, this stamp. Good, got a little bit on everything there, or a few on each piece. And then I'm using For a True Friend, which is one of the sentiments out of that set as well. And I like this one because it can be, again, for just about any occasion. It can be a just because, it can be a birthday, anything like that. So then I'm going to just center that on the small piece. So this one's not going to go across all three, obviously, but that's okay. All right, so stamping on those pieces is done. I'm just going to bring in my inside piece, and I think for this one I'm just going to use Daffodil. Let me get my, I'm going to make sure this is really cleaned off. And I'm going to bring in the Daffodil Delight again, and I'm just going to go, I'm going to go up the left-hand side. I don't usually do that, so that's pretty good. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of color down that edge. And I'm not going to go crazy on this one, just give it a light touch there. And then I'm going to bring in the long narrow flowers again. And I'm just going to stamp that one on the edge. All right, perfect. Okay, so I can put all my ink away. Brush away. And bring in all my pieces again. All right, I'm going to start building my card here. Fold that, and somewhere, I always lose my bone folder. There it is. I actually have two bone folders now because one point I lost it and couldn't find it, so I ordered another one. All right, I can get rid of that piece. Okay, so I'm going to start with these pieces here, and hopefully this will come apart nicely again. You can see the effect when I take the pieces apart. Okay, all right, so I'm going to start with my largest piece here. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to center it on my matte piece, my daffodil piece. So I went to see who my winner was going to be for the card I did. It was actually 2 weeks ago now because I didn't do one last week. It was my Waves of Inspiration card that I did. And I hardly had any comments on the video. So I thought I'm going to mention it again today. And I won't do the draw until next week. So you have this week to go back and watch the video or comment on the video, share the video. If you watch it or share it, I will enter your name into the draw, and hopefully we'll have a couple more people to put in for that. So next week I'm going to draw for that Waves of Inspiration card and the one I made on Monday, the first triple time stamping one, the pink and orange one there, and this one. So it'll be a big day for draws next week. So make sure you go back to all three of the videos. So the Waves of Inspiration, the first triple time stamping that I did on Monday, that was June the 6th. And the one from today. And comment or share. And you can do that either on this page, the Artfully Stamp with Tracy, or you can do it on just Stamp with Tracy is the Facebook group, if you're a member of that one. And also you could do it on my YouTube channel. All the videos are posted there as well. So any one of those, I will find the comments and I'll enter you into a draw. And the Waves of Inspiration card I did, I believe the date was May... Where did I write it? I did write it down. May 25th was that one, if you needed to go back and look. Okay, so I have all those pieces together. So next thing I'm going to do now is build my piece. So kind of like I did when I put them together with the temporary glue. And now they have a mat in between them. So I'm going to cover up that white space. And I want to try and line up my images a little bit. So obviously they're not going to be a perfect match. But they should be pretty close. It should kind of trick your eye into continuing all the way down the page there. And again, these cards they come together really nicely and they look impressive, but they're really not that difficult. So I like cards like that. It looks like you did a lot of work. And I just glued those all down to my my bottom sheet here. Don't do that. When you're gluing these together, make sure you only put the adhesive on the part that's going onto your other layer to start with, or you're going to have a sticky mess like I do now. I'm going to see if I can find... There it is. All right, that was silly. All right, so I have a silicone sheet. So I'm just going to put that down so that when I'm gluing the rest of my card together, it's not such a mess. All right, so now I'm going to take this piece that I have glue all over. I'm going to put more glue on it. That's what happens when you're trying to do two things like talk and demonstrate, and I guess three things. And glue and whatever all at the same time. I was really good on Monday. I didn't make that mistake. Or when I was putting the card together. Yeah, and Mom tried to warn me, but I wasn't paying attention to the comments, so thanks, Mom. All right, there we go. That piece is down, and then this piece can get adhesive on it to go onto the main card. I'll just center that on the card front. And then that is together. I'll just get my inside piece on and then I'll put a little bit of bling on. Okay, there we go. So there's the basic card, and then I just added on a few of the brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. All right, thanks for watching, Mom. She has to run, her iPad's dying. All right, so I'm going to use I think I used the gold ones. I think I tried the brass ones, but I like the gold ones better, so I'm going to do that again. And these come in, there's two sizes, and they have gold, brass, or gold and copper, I guess, and silver. One up there. All right, there is the end of the card. So I'm just going to bring in all the cards again. So I had, well, these two are pretty much the same. And then I did this one on Monday. See that one down the bottom. So those are the triple time stamping ones. So I will draw for both of those next week, as well as, I'll bring this one back in, the Waves of Inspiration that I did on the 25th. But to win, you need to go in and comment or share the videos on either of my Facebook sites, so Artfully Stamped with Tracy page or Stamp with Tracy group, or on YouTube. All right, and I will enter you in to win one of those cards. All right, and then my other housekeeping stuff that I have, I mentioned about the last chance sale. So again, everything from the January to July mini catalog is it's either carried over into the new catalog already, or it will be retiring at the end of this month. So there's some good sales on there. Some of the items are 50% off, but they're only available till supplies last. So if you're interested, check that out right away quick. And then we have another promotion going on right now. We have I think I mentioned this before, but now it's actually happening. So our kits, there's a BOGO sale for our kits, a buy one, get one. So you buy one kit, you get the second at 50% off. So you can buy a kit, you can buy two if you like for yourself. You can buy one to give away to a friend or family. Again, great price for those items. If you are interested in getting a kit and you want to get together with some friends and put kits together, you can share a kit and split it up, or you can each get one, however you'd like to do it. I would be happy to join you for that, either live or virtually, and make a bit of a party out of it, walk you through putting the kits together. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, just let me know and we can go from there. All right, so you can order through my website, tracyfrith.stampinup.net, using the host code here. And then if you want to get in touch with me to do a kit class or just a kit together with your friends and family, you can get a hold of me, either message me through Facebook, leave a comment here, or you can email me at artfullystampedwithtracy@gmail.com. That's the one. I have too many email addresses. artfullystampedwithtracy@gmail.com. All right, hopefully everyone has a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week, Wednesday morning at 10.